Shellac.
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 Shellac. What is it? Where does it come from? How does it compare to other industry-used varnishes? And how do I use it? If you're looking for a comprehensive guide to this varnish, you're in the right place. We're going to answer all of these questions and more. Let's get right into it. What is shellac? Shellac is a wooden varnish produced from the secretions of the Shellac insect. It feeds on its host tree's sap and creates a raw wax substance that hardens and is then harvested for further purification. Its use traces back over 3,000 years with its roots in ancient India and China, and it's still widely used to this day. Shellac is a natural varnish with virtually no additives. It's very easy to work with, it's easy to apply, all you need is a smooth piece of cloth, and it dries quickly. It takes about a minute, so by the time your first layer dries, you can start applying your second. The coating is easy to repair as well, since the varnish dissolves in alcohol, meaning spot maintenance becomes very manageable. You simply need to gently rub the area with alcohol, which will dissolve the layers, then carefully feather the edges of your work area with a very fine sandpaper, ideally 320 to 400, maybe even higher, depending on the wood and the extent of the damage, and proceed to apply a fresh coating of the shellac. The big advantage of this varnish is that it's all natural, so you won't need a respirator to apply it. It also doesn't contain any petroleum products, so it's not going to emit any harmful smells or fumes while it's drying or while it's in use. It even has a nice smell to it, in my opinion. It can come in a variety of shades depending on the host tree that the lac is mined from. It looks good on pretty much any wood, and from the varnishes available on the market, it's safe to say it's the hardest to mess up. Keep in mind that depending on your surface, you might need a different number of coatings. For example, for furniture or tables, it's optimal to apply between 4 and 5 layers, whereas on wood floors, you should use between 10 and 12. Shellac is durable, but I still wouldn't advise using it on some surfaces because it's not fully waterproof. I would avoid using shellac on surfaces that are immediately close to water, as it may have difficulties in very wet environments and splashes of alcohol may erode it away. However, as I mentioned previously, it is easily repaired, so if your surface isn't in immediate and constant contact with water, such as those in bathrooms or outside in humid climate, your finish will hold up. If it does come into contact with alcohol, try to wipe it with a towel as quickly as possible. It's sold in two main ways: pre-mixed and flakes. When it comes pre-mixed, you can buy it both with wax and de-waxed. The main difference between the two is if your shellac contains wax, you are going to be able to put it over another finish, but you're not going to be able to put another finish over it. If you wish to be able to apply a different finish on your shellac, you should use the de-waxed version. As it ages, it will take longer and longer to cure, meaning if you have an older can, unsealed, you should check if it's still good by applying some of it on a piece of wood beforehand. If in 10, 20, 30 minutes it still hasn't dried and it feels sticky, you're safer tossing it and purchasing a new can. It has a shelf life of about 2 to 3 years, but once opened, that goes down to about 3 to 4 months. Now the flakes are a bit different since they require to be diluted in denatured alcohol. The benefit you get for having to do this is 1, you can make batches more suited to the project that you're currently doing, avoiding wastage, and 2, that the shelf life of the flakes is virtually endless, as long as you keep it in a dry place away from sunlight. The mixing is fairly straightforward, as it's 2 to 1, 2 pounds of flakes in 1 gallon of denatured alcohol, or 1 kilogram of flakes to 4 liters of denatured alcohol. As I already mentioned, it's very easy to use. Using any soft cloth, coat your surface, taking care to produce an even layer. Shellac dries fairly quickly, around a minute, so you can often start your next layer right after finishing the first. It does raise the grain on the first layer, so if you run your hand on the surface and you feel slight imperfections, you can sand it lightly before applying the next one. Since it contains alcohol, each subsequent layer will partially dissolve the previous one, since the alcohol wouldn't have evaporated yet. This causes the layers to blend seamlessly into one another, creating a beautiful finish. Do be careful not to apply too much shellac as to avoid pulling off previous layers. A solid finish is built on several thin coats depending on your surface. The surface will become glossier the more layers you apply, so if you want a more matte looking finish, sand the last layer with a very fine sandpaper. About 450 to 600 should be fine. When it comes to varnish, we have a few options, mainly shellac, polyurethane, or lacquer. We already covered shellac, so let's take a quick look at lacquer. Right off the bat, lacquer isn't really a natural varnish as it contains a mix of nitrocellulose, solvents, and resins, and many industrial chemicals in its manufacturing process. I advise against applying lacquer without a protective respirator as the fumes can be very dangerous. It dries very quickly, meaning that it has to be sprayed. As with any other method, you risk streaky traces on your surface. It does have benefits over shellac, and they mainly have to do with durability. Given its synthetic and engineered nature, lacquer is more waterproof and alcohol resistant. Any surface that will likely see a lot of moisture exposure would fare better if treated with lacquer instead. It will also remain clear and translucent in long use, whereas shellac can go yellow or amber over time. Some see this as a disadvantage, but I see it as a natural effect and quite beautiful on wooden furniture. It really brings the colors of the wood out and gives it a great look. Lacquer does hold up better when it comes to scratches and damage, but given how easy shellac is to repair, it really comes down, in my opinion, to some of the other features that we already listed. The last varnish I would like to mention is polyurethane. It's basically plastic and water or oil-based solvents. Compared to shellac, it does take the edge when it comes to durability as well. Its oil-based version performs very well, however, it doesn't adhere well without previous sanding, and it doesn't just cure overnight. Most polyurethane finishes will take months to cure completely. If you're looking for a finish with raw durability and are less concerned with aesthetic effects, I would definitely recommend polyurethane or lacquer in front of shellac, as it fares better against scratches and alcohol spillage. I should mention that, like lacquer, this is also a synthetic product, meaning that it will emit harmful fumes during its curing process. Well, there you have it. That's all you need to know about shellac, this often underestimated finish that is nonetheless held in high regard by many woodworkers in the field. Natural, with good durability, its beautiful coat can really bring back a freshly sanded wood floor or an old chair back to life. I personally prefer it before the other two because of its ease of application and ease of repair. Let me know in the comments which varnish you think is the best and which one you choose to use in your projects. I hope you found this video helpful in some way, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you left a like and even subscribed and shared the video. That's all for today, and I'll see you next week.